Today, I'm gonna teach you the difference between an ad that grows your business and an ad that just wastes your money. Or actually the settings on how to set it up. Because we're not gonna be covering the copy or the creative, because in most cases, when you mess up the things I'm gonna be talking about today, your ad is just gonna be shown to the wrong people or to a small set of people. That's one of the reasons why your ads never gave you results. So let's begin. First of all, the campaign type. When you go into the campaign settings option, you have a lot of different campaigns and a lot of them sound good. Traffic sounds good, engagement sounds good. And most people go with the logic to get traffic or engagement. People are logically gonna click and some of them are gonna come in and buy, which technically sounds reasonable, but the problem is Meta knows who is who, and they divide every single audience you have, even lookalike audience, into 3 categories: clickers, engagers, and converters. That's the reason why you have a CPM difference between all of those, because if you're gonna get the audience that's actually gonna spend money, that's valuable, Meta's gonna take a share of that pie. So you really need to be realistic. You cannot play Meta and launch a video views campaign and all of a sudden make a ton of money. Meta's as well in the game to make money, so you need to pay them in order for you to get the quality traffic you want. So which campaigns to choose? I only run conversion campaigns if my target is going to be to get conversions. So in cases of sales or leads or registration or something like that, all of those are conversions. When I start off an account, if it's a small amount of conversion or there's no traffic at all on a business, I would start off with a lesser conversion. I wouldn't start off with a campaign that goes for purchasers right away, in case there's no other traffic sources, of course. So you can imagine that I set up for add to carts or something like that, but those are still people that were interested enough to add to cart. Those people actually have a higher chance of transition from add to cart to buying than compared to if you launched a video views campaign and now you hope somebody's gonna buy something from there. Okay, you set up a conversion campaign, but you're still not out of the woods yet. There is another small thing we need to take into account: the exclusions in your audience. So regardless of what you're doing, you're selling item clothing and you're going for women's fashion, you set up that interest and you're in a conversion campaign. And now you hope that anyone that's in women's fashion is going to react positively to you or your ads. The problem there is that all of a sudden those ads are going to start cycling a small group of people, hitting them in circles, and you can see that those audiences, even though massive, the frequency starts going up quite fast on those campaigns, even though you didn't spend that amount of money. So there's something happening that technically should be impossible if you don't take into account how the algorithm works. So conversion campaign is going to look at how many different touch points a person had before they favor somebody else. If somebody clicked on a website, that person's going to be favored compared to somebody that liked an ad, and etc., etc. When you just launch a campaign, some people are going to perform those actions. They're going to become favorited by the campaign itself, meaning that you're going to have the initial engagers become hit over and over again by the prospecting campaign because of the touch points. The only way how you can actually stop that from happening is by introducing exclusions. And that's one of the main reasons why even Meta added the option of settings in the ads panel, where now you can quickly see if you added exclusions and UTMs or didn't. Even though there's a lot of people saying how that's not important, trust me, because we have the frequency rising, that's proof of what I'm telling you, and don't let anyone else lie to you. So the crucial thing to think about is to cover your whole funnel and exclude the whole funnel from the prospecting. So you need to exclude the buyers, the website viewers, the engagers, the page followers, anything you can get your hands on that's a warm audience that had previous touch points needs to be eliminated. Otherwise, those people are gonna be carpet bombed to infinity. And the worst problem is that those people that start getting hit over and over again by your ads are gonna get pissed off at some point and they're gonna click not interested, which is a massive sign to Meta that you're annoying, which means that your cost of advertisement is gonna start going up. And there is even an option in the comment section for you to see negative feedback or hidden posts, meaning that this is actually more counterproductive. So if you don't set it up, you can imagine that it starts hitting a small group of people. That small group of people gets pissed off and then they start reporting the ad as something that they don't want to see anymore. And all of a sudden your advertising costs and CPM goes through the roof. So another reason why you actually have to keep everything on track. And then the last thing you need to do properly is actually do the tracking. It's not enough for you to just install the pixel. You also need to set up the server-side tracking. You have to have a feedback system for Facebook to see the conversions, especially if you're targeting the United States or any other developed country, because the percentage of Apple products there is going to be higher, meaning that anytime somebody buys something from an Apple product, you're not going to see anything besides the first click, sometimes the last click. But often enough, you're gonna see either just click and then a conversion that you don't see in Facebook, or you're gonna see the first click and the conversion, but you're not gonna see the add to cart and initiate checkout or anything else in between. So this is a massive problem. And sometimes even with server-side tracking, there are still gaps, but we will mention that the solution as well. The first things first, the server-side, how it's done is covered by a lot of different people. It's not that hard to do. We will cover it potentially in another video as well. But basically Google it a little bit, especially for Shopify. You have a lot of plugins and apps that can do it automatically for you. But in the case that it's still not perfect, the secondary system you should set up is UTM tags. We did record a video on how to use UTM tags in your Facebook ad. But the main point of it is in the case that somebody clicked on an ad and then went and bought something from you and it doesn't register, that UTM is gonna be tracked and linked. Basically, UTM tags are going to be used for all of those conversions that you cannot track and see. So if it's showing a 0 in Meta, you will see it in the server or in the back end of your website. And it's going to have the tag, the link you pasted into it, meaning that even if it doesn't show in Meta, you're going to still see where the campaign came from, which source it is it Facebook, is it Google? Basically, you're going to be able to at least manually allocate. And we had some situations, but do rarely, that we allocated so many manual conversions that impacted how we spent our money. So in the case we didn't do those manual conversions, we would have been blind to some really good audiences and some really well-performing campaigns. If you are a higher spender, let's say over 30,000 and more, I do suggest that you think about using something like Triple Whale or Wicked Reports so you can have better and more accurate tracking. It is an investment that's going to enable you to make decisions better and is going to enable you to make decisive actions, which is going to be the most important part of your media buying strategy. Thank you for watching until the end. It would mean a lot if you share this video with your friends that have a business or are running ads for somebody. Thank you very much and see you in the next one.